This is my Ferrari. I bought it at a Japanese auction over a year ago, and since then, I've driven it all over Japan, from mountain passes, underground tunnels in the ocean, and experiencing car culture like never before. This Ferrari was supposed to be in America, and instead, it's stuck in what seems like a never-ending nightmare at the Port of Oakland. I want you guys to know that I'm making this video not only to share my story, but to also document everything just in case something happens. Let's rewind. This car has been with me on an incredible journey across Japan. After more than a year of enjoying the car, it was finally time to bring it back home to the US. This Ferrari isn't just a car, it symbolizes the growth of my YouTube channel and how far we've come. Packed inside my Ferrari were my personal belongings, souvenirs, and memories from a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I didn't take any chances when it came to shipping. I paid around $10,000 to ship the car home in a container to ensure that the car got here safely. Everything was planned down to the last detail with my friend Rohab at Our Nation. The car was set to arrive on February 27th. But that's where things took a turn for the worse. When the container arrived at the Port of Oakland, it was denied entry into the US due to radiation found on the container. Now, I've heard of random inspections, I've heard of delays, but radiation, from here on out, things just don't add up. As the container was leaving the port and headed to me, they said that the machine went off and they had to return the container. They told me that within a day or so, I would hear back from them and that the Ferrari container would be examined. A week goes by and nothing. So I reach out to my broker to, kind of see what's going on. He sends me this email. This email states that my container has been denied access into the US due to radiation. That makes no sense because I drove this car all over Japan. But I did a little bit of research and I found that these containers can also be contaminated with radiation due to the fact that it travels all over the world. You don't know what's in the container. I understand that these things can happen and there is a possibility of radiation being on the container, possibly small amounts even inside, but I know for a fact that it's not my Ferrari. I spent the last year and a half traveling all over with this car, and I even traced it back to the original owner. And this car was never anywhere close to the radiation sites. So here's where I reached out for help. I posted on Instagram and a bunch of you reached out. You guys are so amazing. You guys left such helpful comments, a lot of amazing DMs that led me in the right direction. Some of you guys left comments that were kind of out of pocket, but I thought they were funny. So I do appreciate some of those too. But some of you guys ended up working at the Oakland port. Some of you guys even managers here at the terminals. You guys have been so amazing. Some people reached out saying that this is absolutely normal. Some messages even claiming that the Port of Oakland gets cars stolen all the time and that this situation is very sus. This is where I started to worry. I hopped on the phone call with somebody that works at the port and he told me that nothing in this story adds up. One thing that I want you guys to know is that I was ready to ship back the Ferrari. I know the severity of a container with radiation. Even driving the car after this might be an issue. One, the Ferrari will make it safely back to Japan, and all I have to do is pay for shipping back to Japan, put it in a new container, and ship it back to America. And yes, I have to pay for every single time it goes across. So I might have to pay for the Ferrari 3 times, which is ridiculous. But the next reason is why I'm making this video. Some of you guys reached out and said that cars do get stolen all the time. Lowriders here at this port get stolen frequently. And hearing this from somebody that works at the port, I just can't find it in me to just be okay with it without a fight. What if I told them, yeah, send it back to Japan and my Ferrari is gone? The worker said the chances of that happening is low, but it does happen. Did Randy just throw an ad into his video? Yes, I just threw in an Eliminate ad in today's video. This whole nightmare has become so expensive. And if you guys want to support us by purchasing anything on Eliminate, you can win yourself an R34. No strings attached. Let's get back to the story. So I reached out to more people. I've reached out to multiple brokers. I reached out to managers at the port, and they said in all their years of working, this has never happened to them. My broker said out of all his customers, this has never happened. Rollhop from our nation never had to deal with this. And this is my first time ever purchasing a container because I wanted to protect the contents within it. And my first container I've ever used is flagged with radiation. The chances of this happening is slim, but it's not impossible, and I understand that. But a container containing a Ferrari to have the contamination, the chances of that are even lower. And now I'm left in limbo with everything at risk. I reached out to Customs to get more information on this because I was actually never shown any proof. I requested for documentation and I still wasn't able to get that. So I decided that I'm gonna head to the Port of Oakland myself. I'm on the way to the port right now to see if I could get more information on the Ferrari container. All right, quick little update, guys. I got the email from my broker. He said, see the below update from Customs, and they just called. They want to know the status of my export booking. This container must be exported now on the next vessel. Prepare the booking. It is the forwarder's responsibility to get the booking provided to us. Randy, the longer this sits here, the more storage it costs you. Push your forwarder to get this booked. And still no proof. Still no proof anywhere. It's just a written message. I actually called this number the other day, and he basically said he doesn't want to open the container. So he said he doesn't want to risk anything. But I told him, I was like, you can have somebody professionally examine it, and I want to do that option. He told me on the phone, he said, I don't feel comfortable talking to you about the situation. And yeah, he said, he said, because you're not the broker, I don't feel comfortable talking to you about it.
I should be able to talk to you because you own the containers basically.
Exactly, right? He said, I don't feel comfortable talking to you about this. I don't want to say any more. Have your broker contact me. So I just called my broker right now. My broker said that you need to get this car onto the next vessel immediately. But I told him, I was like, hey, I don't want to put it on the container yet. I will pay you the fees because I want another examination.
Right. It could be their mistake too. Or ask the shipping line if the container was contaminated in Japan already.
But I don't think it would be able to leave Japan if it was contaminated, correct?
Yeah, that's why. If that's the reason, if the container is the reason, not your cars, then it's not your responsibility.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So all of these fees could be because of the container, and it's not even my fault.
Right. Oh, damn.
The broker said that they could bring it to another warehouse that the Customs owns, and they'll be able to open it up and test and pull the cars out and test themselves. That's the option I want to do.
Right.
But I don't know why they didn't give me that option.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's a terrible job done by them.
There's no way your cars are being radioactive right now. And I drove them all around personally. Wouldn't I be dead by now?
Right, exactly.
You know?
Radioactive. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm still short, but I'm just kidding. That is the new broker. I had to get help from a different broker, and he's helping me right now. He says that my first broker is not doing a great job of helping me out. All right, let's see if we can get any help here. Maybe someone here can lead us in the right direction.
Bad time.
Yeah, we caught the dude at a bad time. He was kind of a dick face. He said, we got 3 random people here trying to get their container out of the port. Like, damn, he made it sound like we're trying to steal that shit. So they rejected us. He said, sorry, you got to call Customs. So understandable, this is a Customs issue, but Customs isn't helping us. We're at the next location. Wish me luck, buddy. Let's do this. I'm going to come back with good news, okay? Come back with a black eye and shit.
Nah, that shit's coming home with us.
I'm just kidding. Go get it, boys. I'll see you in a sec. I was able to talk to 3 officers inside Customs, and they told me that there was nothing that they can do for me. Like I said, nothing in this story makes sense. The car had to wait for examination. I never got that examination. The only thing they did was drive through this X-ray machine, and it got flagged. They told me that the container was waiting for an examination. The examination never happened and they denied it completely. And they emailed my broker saying that the car needs to leave the port immediately without showing any proof, no documentation, nothing. Why did they tell me that the car was waiting for examination? It never got the examination and now they're sending it home. I also talked to the officers and I told them, I've heard about the horror stories here at the port and that cars can be stolen. And one of the officers said that if the car did get stolen, it would have to be an insider job. He also said it's not impossible and it does happen. So I'm just there thinking like, what do I do? Do I just let you guys ship it back home? Is there any chance, officer? Can I pay for someone to come in and do the radiation exam? And they said, no. And I begged them. I said, please, if there's anything, I documented my whole journey. There's no way that my contents in this container has any radiation. I documented it all on my YouTube. If they can just even drive through the x-ray one more time. That's all I wanted, just a chance. And they said, no promises, but we'll try. And I said, thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. I'm a chance guy. And instead of just giving up, I want to at least just try. They sent me off. And as soon as I got into the truck and was driving home, I got an email from my broker saying, let me pull it up. Within just a couple of minutes, my broker emailed me this. Customs called again and denied any further exam, saying it was too risky. Your only option is to export. I'm perfectly okay with that. But I continued to talk to other brokers. I talked to other workers at the port. I even talked to managers at the port. One of the managers said that if there was radiation at the port, there's an area where you can go and just clean the container. Remember, this is stuff that I'm being told. Nothing adds up. You know that feeling in your gut when you know something is wrong, but you don't speak up and then you regret it? That's what I'm feeling right now. All of the red flags are going off. And I get it. When it's in customs hands, they have full rights, full control over everything. I understand. Just nothing makes sense. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys. I have to pay for the container to be shipped back to Japan. And there's a chance that Japan might not even accept this container. I actually might lose my Ferrari forever. Maybe at the port of Japan. Maybe before it even gets to Japan. Maybe it's already gone now. I don't know. I want you guys to know that I'm making this video not only to share my story, but to also document everything just in case something happens. I'm hoping at the end of it all that the Ferrari gets there safely and that it comes home. If the situation gets worse, I want people to know exactly what went down. So if you guys have any experience at all about the Port of Oakland, shipping cars in containers, contamination with radiation, or any information at all, please drop a comment down below. I want to get to the bottom of this. I just want to know that my Ferrari is going to come home safely. Please let me know. Any help would be appreciated.